welcome back to the Growth Gathering. I'm Jouleen.
I'm Shelbi.
We are so glad you're here. We are in our Never Going Back series because we work way too hard to create this healthy body, healthy mind, everything to go back. We're just not doing it. So this episode specifically is really just settling in your mind that this is who I am. I am a healthy person. I'm a healthy individual, man, woman, and this is just who we are. We live this life of health from now on.
I think we need to settle it. These are the things we're settling. This is who I am now, and I am never going back. So we've got a couple of tips for you on how to do this. How do I just get this settled? Because the truth is, if you're just at the beginning of maintenance, you're like becoming this person. You can settle it in your mind, but it still takes work. Let this be ingrained in who you are. And so I think number one, we literally got to just lock it in and identify with this lifestyle, right? Yeah. So this might look like truly living the lifestyle and the verbiage, right? Because we become who we say. Yeah. And so pay attention to your words. If you're like, I'm on this maintenance plan, and it sounds more like I'm still on a diet, we have not locked it in yet. Yeah. We need to just lock it in that this is who I am. And it might look like doing away with this I'm on plan, off plan. Yeah. I'm not on, this is my life. This is
who I am. Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can say I'm always on this plan, but I like the verbiage and the mindset that's tied to it, that this is just how I live. Yeah. This is how I eat. This is who I am. I would encourage you to even start working in that phrase into your lifestyle. Like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah. Well, and the reality is, living that healthy lifestyle, there's different actions, and we've talked about in previous episodes of like prioritizing protein and hydrating and knowing your starches and all of those things. And so, but identifying as this person that like, yeah, I am a person that chooses one starch when I go to the Mexican restaurant. I don't choose all four, right? I am a person that says no to X, Y, or Z. And it's not something that my past life used to do. And so it's stepping into this new identity and this new person as a healthy person, but recognizing I am a person who hydrates well. I am a person who prioritizes sleep. I'm a person who has protein on their plate every single time. And I'm asking, wherever I go, hey, do you know how many ounces of protein this is? It's just a normal thing, and it doesn't have to be weird. But I desire to never go back, and I desire to keep growing in my health. And so I identify this way, but it's also how I live out my lifestyle. Does that mean every day is perfect? No, because we are progress over perfection all the time. But that progress can't happen until you just lock in the fact that this is my lifestyle now.
Yeah. So I think if you're struggling in this area, like, well, this isn't my identity yet. Like I'm imagining myself when I had just lost 90 pounds. Like that was so brand new to me. If I'm being so for real with you, it took me probably a year to get that in my lifestyle. We were doing a 5K a while back and had clients together, and was just talking to some clients that are just getting to their goal, or just, one girl, she hadn't been the size that she was. It had been over 30 years. Wow. And so it's going to take some time to make this part of your identity. But if this is a struggle for you, I want to challenge you to do an exercise of truly thinking about who you desire to be, because that's easier to dream about. Like you're already at this goal weight, or maybe you're in weight loss and you want to start dreaming about who he or she is. Imagine every part of their life as if it's something in the future. For some of you, this is your reality, and you still need to pretend like this is someone else so that you can identify who this is, right? And you can think about, how do they show up in the grocery store? Where do they shop? What do they buy? What kind of clothes do they wear? All the way down to like, when I walk into a room, how do I make others feel, right? So because it's easier to think about who you want to become. And then if you're at your goal weight, then you literally have a recipe guide for who you now are.
Who you're becoming.
And you get to just decide. You get to decide, this is who I am. So when you find yourself slipping, go back to that blueprint of who you're trying to create and say, okay, am I identifying with this? Is this who I've become? Because then you can start to just lock in and become this person. And it's really in what we say. Yeah. A lot of it can be traced back to how we speak about ourselves and about our circumstances. So number 2 is
living out loud.
Like, what are we doing? What are we saying? What are we doing? Yeah. Because how we live out loud is literally the receipt for how we think of ourselves.
Well, and just recognizing, like, I as a person, I take food a lot of places wherever I go, and and sometimes I get questions, but a lot of times I don't, it's just become this lifestyle, but I live out loud my goals. I live out loud my actions. I live out loud my healthy lifestyle, but I also have become a coach because I'm living this journey out loud and sharing it with other people because I believe in it so much. I believe in the life change that it's created for me. I am a different mom. I'm a different wife. I'm a better friend. I'm a better listener because I'm not self-conscious, because I'm not exhausted, because I'm not feeling a certain way when I show up for coffee with somebody. I'm like, I can actually hear this person because my brain is not so foggy with how I used to be, but I'm more patient as a mom. I'm more energized. I am more present. Like it truly has transformed everything. And so when you love something so much, you can't keep it to yourself. When I love a book so much, when I love a movie so much, I'm sharing it with other people, and this looks the same way. And so as a coach, I also love it because there's a financial benefit, but there's this equal alignment with I get to help other people step into their best selves as well and feel as good as I feel, whether that is just a few family and friends, whether that is a lot of people that you want to impact. I'm living it out loud because I believe in it so much.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to kind of just do a pulse check in this moment. Like I don't know what your environment looks like, but if it's not a healthy environment, then ask yourself, am I bringing encouragement to this environment? Am I bringing empowerment? Am I living life in such a way that people look to me and believe it's possible?
Yeah.
Instead of keeping it in the darkness. And because that's where shame can tend to be. And sometimes I think we can cloak this, like, I just want to be private. I want to keep my health private to really, I'm just afraid I'm going to go backwards. And so if I don't say anything about it, then no one will ever know if I went backwards. And I would say no to that right now. Like, you're better than that. I'm calling you up and out of that because there is a light, a place of, we're called to shine our light, right? And for me, because I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, I know that it's because of the Lord that I am where I am today. And so I want to glorify him in my life. And I want this light to be shown, not to be shown on me, but to be shown on the one that brought me to this place. I just encourage you in that. Live it out loud.
Yeah.
You are less likely to go backwards and we're never right if you just live it out loud.
Well, and it adds accountability. When I'm living this out loud, whether that's online or in person, whether I'm showing up with my Bible study girls, I'm showing up with a group of friends and I'm still making good choices. Not perfect, right? I'm in maintenance and living that. It looks different, but I'm still choosing health day in and day out. And so in that area, are you living out loud your health? Are you saying no to certain things because you know that this doesn't fit into my day the way that it might fit into your day? And so really recognizing, are you living it out loud with other people? Are you encouraging them in the struggles that they're having? Because so many people in this country are struggling day in and day out. They're exhausted. They're frustrated. They're self-conscious about where they're at health-wise. They don't know what to do. So much of my journey over the last 8 years has been learning what is actually healthy, because I'm pretty sure I thought 2 ounces of chicken was enough, in
or
my
a cheese
day.
stick was protein.
Yes. It's so wild. We've learned so much along the way. And the reason that this country is where it is because we don't understand health. People don't truly understand how to live healthy, aside from the fact that there's fast food on every single corner. We don't know what to do in general, and we don't have the tools to activate it. Even if most people do know that prioritize protein and veggies and drink water, but they don't have the accountability. They don't have the support. They don't have someone cheering for them. And so you have the opportunity to be that person where I may not be in your same circle, right? So living it out loud with everyone around you, but living it out loud, because then you're also not just identifying for yourself, but everyone around you will start identifying you as a healthy person as well. And that is more accountability than anything else. It's awesome. So
the last thing that is going to be something we just need to settle in our hearts to ensure we never go back is to protect what we've built, right? Because this was intended to last the rest of our lives.
Our lifetime. Yeah. It's so good. And your results are worth protecting. What you've created is worth protecting. And so someone who is continuing to build is always asking,
what's next? Right? And we have talked about that so
Over
much.
and over. Yes.
What a great question to stay anchored in your life to ensure you never go back, is to constantly ask, what's next?
So maybe you've reached your goal and it's time to start moving your body. Can be walking. That could be walking more. Maybe you can walk a mile and you're like, okay, I need to do a little bit more. Maybe that means moving in a different way, joining a gym and attending classes. Maybe that means that you're looking at the people around you. Okay, if I'm keeping this, what needs to change in my surroundings? Maybe I've been on a health journey, but my spouse or my partner has not been. So how do we start blending this life together where I'm not pushing everything on him, but I really have to look at, okay, what's next for me? Because I'm not going back, but I'm also looking at what needs to be next, what needs to change, what needs to continue to evolve so that my health continues to progress. That's at the end of the day. And so healthy people are always asking what's next in their personal growth, in their healthy lifestyle, in their movement, in their mindset, and stepping into growth at the end of the day, period.
So to truly ensure that we are never going back, we are going to lock in on this being our identity. We are going to live it out loud, and we are going to protect what we have built. Okay, so we hope this blessed you. We want to see you on Monday. That is where we gather. That is where we grow. We meet at 8 a.m. Central, noon Central, and 7 p.m. Central. And if you can't meet us there on the Zoom, we want to see you in our group me. And until then,
keep growing,
keep gathering, and we'll see you soon.